Okay, it's good. We're coming up live. They can't hear you yet, but they will hear you in a minute.
I don't care.
That laugh is worth a lot of money. Oh, there's two. There's two actually verses. How do you like that? I love it. I have to thank everybody for coming out tonight. So far, we're starting to get people popping in. It's looking good. Oh, there's 1,000. There's 3,000. There's 7,000. It's loaded with people. I'm very excited.
What do we got? 3 people?
I'm not telling you, Jackie. I'm making you feel good. There's thousands of people in here. Okay. We're almost there. Just trying to get some more people in. Hi, folks. I see you all down there. Gail Miller, Pedro. How are you? John Scupeletti. Wow, a lot of Italians. We're going to get some brickwork done today. Oh, this one doesn't have... Oh, I'm waiting for the I'm smoking pot stuff to come in. It's not coming in. You sent me a song that's just instrumental. I love it. I didn't know you did that. All right.
Yeah, that was our background music for closing out the show.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even know what version. I just sent you any version I could to see if it worked, you know.
It works, Jackie. It works. Nobody hears you right now. I'm responding to you, and nobody's like, what is he talking to? I'm a ventriloquist talking to you right now. Anyway, folks, we're here. It's tonight. It's. Do you have a joke? Can you tell us a joke? Can you punch us real hard with a punchline that we haven't heard before? That would be wonderful. I hope you guys can, because there's lots of prizes. So anyway, here's the man of the hour, the man who knows more jokes than I am in age, at times to affinity, many. And he's here tonight. Welcome the wonderful Jackie Martling. Here he comes. Hey, there you are.
Hey, you know what happened today is
What happened?
You know Larry Hartke, right?
Absolutely.
Our old friend Larry Hartke that created Hartke Instruments. He sent me. He played Stump the Joke Man today. He sent me half a joke and said Stump the Joke Man. And he actually told it, he wrote it down. It's actually way different the way he wrote it, but it was the same joke. So I sent him back the joke, and I sent him back the recorded version of it. But the truncated version is, it's so going to start off pretty heavy. The guy's at the dentist, and the dentist says, you 69 before you came in, didn't you? The guy says, does my breath smell like pussy? He says, no, there's shit on your forehead. But at any rate, he just sent the setup to it, and I knew the end. I shouldn't have started off with something. But
actually, it's fine. It's all fine to start off with an edgy. Now, I was thinking about that earlier.
He would have won this. He would have won. Listen, I found a whole box of XXX Stump the Joke Man shirts. They're so huge that you can, girls like to wear them like as night shirts. I'm telling you, triplets could wear these things as night. This
Get
is
out
only
of here.
XL. The triple XL are the size of a house, man.
That's
but
amazing.
Anybody stumps us with a joke, and we got joke books. Look, we got joke books to give away. That's my actual ass.
Nice ass for a girl.
And this is a joke book and autobiography. And if anybody even plays the game at all, we'll be good to everybody.
So, Jackie, if they win, they can make a choice of which one they like. They could tell you.
Yeah, but you know what? Every time somebody wins, they're supposed to send me their address. Nobody ever emails the address.
I will make sure we get it correctly. I'm producing. I'm going to be a producer.
People think I'm going to come over. I'm not coming over.
Well, maybe for the right price, we could play that game too. So
for the right person.
For the right price, yes. Anybody, lots of money.
For the right person.
So what I do is before we even start bringing people in, I have to give them a link. So I have to go throw this up on the Facebook page. And in the meantime, I guess we'll start off with a couple of jokes between you and I, and then we'll bring them in. By the way, I have a couple things to give away too, if anybody would like.
Well, talk about it. Right,
well, here's the first one. This is my favorite thing. I sell these at shows for $20, but tonight they'll get them for free. This is kind of cool. This is the little Andy doll. And he says lots of rude things. If you press him in the stomach, he's a keychain. See? And you press him in the stomach and he says,
boy, are you desperate? I bet I'm your only friend.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Hey, pal, I guess you should have paid your gas bill. Wow, you're good. I
Anyway, it has a bunch of silly jokes. That's one thing I'm giving away. And also tonight, I would also give away one of these, which is a book that Jackie and I are both in from Laugh Out Loud Productions. It's on justlaugh.org. I think a friend of ours, John Galasso, it's called A Smile, a Grin, a Laugh, That's Life.
Is that Pat Cooper's pal, John? Oh, yeah, he actually came over here and interviewed me. We had fun.
Yeah, with Pat.
He's a very nice guy.
He's a very nice guy. And he wrote a great book. Him and his daughter edited this book. And this book is all about how laughter is so strong in your life. It actually is healing. There's doctors in there, Lance Burton, the magician. We're all talking about how humor is very important in our life, which is not where we want to go tonight, but it's really true.
Well, I'll tell you, I don't know about your opinion on that, but I can't get this chair in the right place. The minute you start talking about comedy and what it does and what it doesn't do, it ceases to be any fun at all.
You're right. You're right. I totally agree. However,
it sucks everything out of it,
But it's true, though, isn't it true that humor is really helpful for everything, especially these times right now? Yeah,
humor is good because it makes you not sit around and talk about humor. No, it's very important. I saw a great uptick in my CD sales in the last month or so because mindless stuff is important. I mean, people are going online and doing all jokes about the pandemic. I'm like, no, that's absurd. It's like hitting your foot with a hammer and say, look how much this hurts. Hit my foot with a hammer.
Did you hear today that Trump is on the pill?
No.
I just gave everybody the link, so I just stuck the link in there. I have to do it more than once. Hey, CT, we have a lot of people in here that are probably.
What pill is Trump on?
what pill? Oh,
he is. So I thought you were making a joke.
No, it's a perfect setup for a joke. Actually, he's taking the pill, but I saw that today. I was amazed. Everyone went crazy hearing about why he's taking the hydrocosaline. How do you say that shit? I don't even know.
I would love to see him try to spell it. That's what I'd like to see.
I'd like to try to just say it. Never mind that. But
do you know why Trump's brain is the size of a pea?
Why is his brain like the size of a pea?
Because the pressure of the job made it swell up. That's my favorite.
It's a good joke. It's a good joke. And you know something? When it comes to politics, I could care less. It's all free game, in my opinion. You know that. I love it. Either way.
Yeah. Now you know. Sex is better.
Cut it out. Let's see what we're doing in the chat there. We'll see if we got people coming in here. All right, we got Daniel Miller, CT, my friend, Bleach Pill, Gail. Hi, Gail Miller. All right, we got a lot of people. We got 52 comments.
See, this is not fair because you get to see who's there. I have no idea. I just. You know what? Do you remember the game Concentration?
Concentration?
It's long before there was a show on TV called Concentration where they flipped things over and you had to remember what was where. The only way I know who's in this room is by remembering which names you said. Gail Miller I caught a couple times. I love Gail. We go way.
Guess who else is here? Oh, there's Johnny Mangia. But guess who else is here in the comments? I just saw Dino from Uncle Vinny's.
I put him in the I tweeted this out and CC'd him.
Oh, and he still came anyway.
I love Dino.
He's a good guy. Been around a long time. And
I was just looking at. I don't know where I discovered in my. Everybody's got so much time now. I'm going through my files and I'm finding crap I can't believe. Do you remember those Zoom cameras that came out? The camera called Zoom. I had one for a while, and I guess we videotaped an entire Jackie's joke hunt, and it was one with Cooper on it. And he was so hysterical, and he's promoting his book. So this was years and years ago. But the plug on the radio show was I was working Uncle Vinny's on Friday in Point Pleasant Beach, and Cooper was working. Do you remember Vinny had Dino had a Staten Island club?
That's right. It was the theater.
For about 3 minutes. And so me and Cooper were both working for Uncle Vinny's that weekend. So it was, what a coincidence. That was today.
I remember that. It was Staten Island was good. Daniel Millie, I see that you're in here. So, Jackie, by the way, that's another thing. Staten Island, remember, it was years ago, Grandpa's Comedy Club was there also. Staten Island, New York Lane.
Do you know, I never worked Grandpa's because when Grandpa's was happening, that's when I was working and actually making money, like the Chicago Theater and Riviera and stuff like that.
You got two people here.
So
Tugboat Manny, I see in there too. Hey, you know that's another interesting thing too. And you don't remember the first time I met you, do you? Was at a club. You remember? Probably not. No, you don't remember. We were.
But if you tell me the club,
Oh, you remember the club. You didn't work the club. I was working the club. You were working the top room. I was working a club. It was like,
what, the Riviera? You work in the room at the Riviera?
yeah, I was doing a comedy club at Riviera, and you were working the top of the Riv. You headline. You flew in Friday, Saturday, and did like 2 shows, and you were half.
Oh, that was heavenly. Did you come hang? Did you come hang with us?
Well, that was the thing. That's the first time I met you. We were downstairs. You were drinking beer back in those days. You were chugging the beer. And you were a bigger guy. You were a little bigger. You weren't as healthy as you are right now. And I was hanging out at the bar. And if you remember this night, I don't want to go into stories, but if you remember that night at the bar, what's his name was there? The guy who's now the host of
Steve Sharippa.
No, Steve wasn't there. Well, he booked us, but he wasn't there. But
right.
The guy that was there was who now is the host of the daytime Channel 2 show, The Price is Right. Comedian guy.
What's his name? Oh, yeah. Of course I remember because we played music that night.
You guys went up on the stage.
I keep going to say Dana Carvey. What's his name? The guy from Ohio with the glasses.
Yeah.
Drew Carey.
That
night after the show, we went down and played with the Lon Bronson band.
Yep.
And I was playing guitar and he was playing trumpet.
And he was great too. You both.
He was great.
I didn't know he was so talented.
Oh man, he's so good. But that band, Lon brought everybody, all the players from all over Las Vegas would come to hang out. They'd have like 3 trumpets and 2 trombones and 2 guitars and 3. And getting up with those guys was so great. And they were all big fans, And we just, I'd be so drunk, John. Oh my God, so much fun. Wow.
I remember but anyway, that was the first time that you guys came off stage. And you said to me, they gave me a suite here at the Riviera. Would you like to come up? We're going to just hang out and, and just whatever. And I was like, I never even saw the suite at the Riviera. So I went upstairs and I started hanging out with everyone there. And it was like the greatest. And I was like, I just met you. We were really kind. You just brought me upstairs, introduced me to everybody. So everyone's drinking and partying.
They either gave me the Frank Sinatra suite.
Yep.
Which had 2 guest rooms, there were 3 guest rooms with 2 hot tubs. And the whole outside was almost walk around 360. And the other room they used to give me was the one that was down the hall from the top of the Riv, which is where the show was. And it was the suite where Robert De Niro and Sharon
Stone,
Sharon Stone hung out when they got married, because they got married in that room at the top of the Riv. And all of a sudden, here they are hanging out. I'm like, what are they doing in my hotel room? And that had 2 floors and a grand piano and a bar. And they really treated me. I
couldn't believe it. When I went up, there was free booze and everyone smoking pot and everything. It was like this big party. And I was like, holy shit, this is the way.
And all the comics from Los Angeles, a lot of old friends would show up. And it was, they wouldn't come to my show. They could give a shit about my show, but, we'll hang out. Zimmerman and Sacchioni and McHenry and Billy West and Max.
And you were tired. You were burnt out tired too, because I remember you were doing the shows in the morning on Friday and flying in that night, doing a gig, and then sleeping all day Saturday, doing a gig and flying home Sunday, right?
I would get up at 4:30 and go do the show, and then I'd have to leave at noon, because after 12 o'clock noon in those days, there was no direct flights to Las Vegas, so I had to fly to Phoenix on America West and then connect to Las Vegas and then get there. And the show wasn't until 10 o'clock, which was 1 o'clock. So I've been up since 4:30. The show's at 1 o'clock. And then after an hour of killing myself, I had to come back and host of all night free for all. But I mean, it was heavenly. But man, talk about tired. Holy Jesus.
I remember you telling me, and I was shocked though. I was more shocked at how you were able to do it, because one thing about, we never sleep in this business very much as it is, but more importantly, how you were able to actually do that and then be 8 a.m. in the morning or 6 a.m. back in Manhattan. It's unbelievable.
Right. Oh,
that's rough.
But it was crazy, 1,000 people. You can't go, hey folks, I'm a little tired,
Yeah. Plus the money must have been great too. I mean, he was carte blanche. I saw the way they treat you. It's like I was
Yeah,
working.
no, it was great. It was
I was
great. It was
I
like,
don't know what year this was, but I was working 14 shows, coming a day early, leaving a day late. You're working that you're really there 9 days, and you take 3 days to get accustomed to it, and then you kind of feel good, and you come home and you open it up again. And that whole I remember I was where I made no money. It was like $50, $100 a show was no money. And then when I went to the top of your room, I was like, you were kind. You just said, hey, come on up and hang out. And I was like, whoa, this is great. I was like, I want to get to the level where I'm working the top of the rib. Now the rib is gone. I want
one show a night, and it was, you know, it was big money. It was
big, great
more
time.
money than I was, you know.
More important.
In those days, for a few seconds, I made some money, so it was great.
It's all good.
I loved it.
You're rich in health and humor, which is beautiful.
Well, everything, you know. God,
so let's bring in some people. I have right now 2 people waiting to come in, I think. And now I got to let you know before I even bring in. Well, one of them we know, he's a up and coming comedian, real great guy from Long Island. And I'm going to give more people. Actually, Catherine Leonardo da Vinci's asking me jokes right now. And you could just click this link on your device and come in. I want you guys to say it on
Catherine
the air.
Leonardo. All right, I have no idea what you're talking about. Who's Catherine Leonardo?
I'm watching that. Walt, the guy who books the other theater there for you, is saying hello to Walt Papa Leo and Rick Starr.
Oh, Raffles.
Yeah,
he's a moron. How you doing, Raffles?
You call him Raffles. I heard that story. And Rick Starr said hello. He said, "What happened with him at the Borgata?"
Rick Starr.
Oh, yes, what happened to the Borgata? Rick Starr, great comic as well. You know Rick Starr?
Yeah, I don't know what you mean. What happened to the Borgata? You know what happened to me there, right?
No, I don't know what happened to you there.
In those days, I had just met Tom Ellis and the guys who were making movies, and I met Ray Garvey, who I had already known, but he had just taken over. You know, we had so much fun at Pips, and he had just taken over the Borgata because they were opening that new room.
Right.
And he said, Jackie, you got to open it. You got to open it. Please open it. It'll be so great. And I said, I'm thrilled. I was off the Stern Show, but I was still pretty fresh news.
Right.
And he booked me, and I opened that room at the Borgata the Friday and Saturday and Sunday. But they must have given away free tickets to every little old lady that came in the door. Right. And I was filthy because, the Stern Show audience expects me to be Jackie the Joke Man. So I was disgusting. They never let me back in.
I heard the story.
I killed, but by the third night I had calmed down, and I was, I had the little old ladies hugging me and kissing me and getting autographs. But it was too late after Friday night. The guys were like, "Hey, he's no worker here no more." So I was done. That was so much fun.
You're bringing this story up. I heard it from other people tell me, "Oh God, he came in. He was like on fire, doing all this nasty stuff. He was walking people." You did. What did you know? How did you know the first night? You didn't know.
I did. They hired Ray begged me to come do my act, and I came in. Nobody ever said, "Hey, take it easy,"
right.
Please,
And what's interesting?
I don't think anybody knew who was going to be there. I think half the audience was coming in. They just came to get in and out of the rain, and they got in and out of the rain. 70-year-old grandma. Hey, look at those tits.
Between your knees, because they were the old crowd. But the crowd changed.
Yeah, there you go.
The Borgata. Those rooms. That room was like the beginning of the week. It was elderly, and as the week progressed, it got younger. And by the weekend, it was like open season. Now you're talking Philly, New Jersey, Connecticut. People coming in between 35 and 55, 60 that had.
Yeah, I went back a couple years ago when Minervini and his daughter and them were running it, and we had some great. I actually worked with Kevin Meaney and
Kevin was great,
and Richie Minervini. We had
love Richie. Who doesn't love Richie Minervini? Who doesn't love Richie Minervini? He's the greatest guy. How could you not?
We go so far back.
Yeah. Well, listen. Let's bring in the first. Let's bring some people in. I got 4 people waiting in here now, and
we're doing a show for 4 people.
No. We have thousands of people watching right now. Thousands of people. What are you drinking, by the way? Water?
Straight vodka.
Carlo Bolero. Give Rodney.
You know how jokes. Jokes come and go, right? And you got to get rid of them. But I never do. But there's certain things that like I've done shows where people they laugh at me because I'll refer to Alan Funt or Liberace, and like 20 years ago it was already too late for those things. And there's a great little Italian jokes, and now you can't even do pussy hair jokes because
Why not?
there's no such thing anymore. You know, you use the word Bush. They're like, what are you talking about? The president?
It's in the
But
world.
there's an old joke that I must have heard. Not old. I don't even like saying old joke, but
You told me
like in the early 50s. I mean, I knew this joke so long ago, but I upgraded it. And let me tell it to you and see if you realize where the upgrade is. The three nuns at the gate of heaven.
Okay.
And St. Peter's standing there, and the first nun says, St. Peter, I saw a man's penis. And he says, well, you better go wash your eyes with holy water. And the second nun says, St. Peter, I touched the man's penis. And he says, well, sister, you better go wash your hands with holy water. And the third nun says, St. Peter, I'm going to go over there and gargle with the holy water before you sit in it. The old days was before the Mother Superior sits in it, but also now we got, St. Peter and the priest being faggots, which is like, takes it to a whole other level.
Hey, wait a minute. You said faggots anymore. You can't even say that anymore. I got thrown out of the Borgata.
Please.
I called a guy a homo with the dummy, and they came in after the burlesque show and told me you have to take out the word homo. I know. It's so stupid. Here's my quick joke.
The Jewish guy walks in and his wife says, Bernie, I got bad news and I got good news. He says, what's the bad? Our son's a fagula. What's the good? He's dating a doctor.
With the Jewish theme. It's got a Jewish theme.
Jewish theme.
I recently bought a sex doll. I don't know if you heard that. You know the answer to this one. I recently bought a sex doll.
No, go ahead.
It's great. It really took a big load off my wife's back.
Oh, I like that. I'll steal that.
You can have it. Hey, so let me bring somebody in here. Actually, it's more fun if we just sat together and had a beer and told jokes.
No. We shouldn't do this. Let's talk to the people.
All right. So
I'll even talk to Walt.
Yeah, I know. We don't. You guys get along. Cut out. You guys will.
Yeah, he's all right.
I'm doing a show Thursday with Walt about the things that we grew up with, all the stupid shit from the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Did you explain to him the concept of paying you?
Why? Did he not pay? He gave me an IOU and a blowjob. Is that what we're working for lately?
Probably in that order too.
So, all right. So the first guy I'm going to bring up is the first guy that logged in over here. By the way, we got several people here: Daniel Miller, Tugboat Manny, Charlie Fisher, Brian, who I know.
Now I've known 15 Daniel Millers over the years.
You don't want to know this.
This is not Daniel Miller from East Lansing, Michigan, 1966. No.
This Daniel Miller is even creepier. I was online. I have to, before I bring Daniel in, let me bring this up real quick. This guy lives in Canada, up past Montreal, just like in the woods of north past Montreal. Okay,
upper U.S.
Yeah, upper U.S. And we had me and another guy were talking to him for like one night for over an hour, and he got the cam and showed us around his house. And I don't know, we're just like having a good time. I mean, he's got a great sense of humor. He loves entertainment and jokes and humor. And suddenly, he goes by his bathroom and he has an actual urinal where you pee, the one that you see in like when you're in a subway, like
in his house.
And I just can't. And I'm thinking like it's a joke, it's plastic or something. But he truly has a urinal in his house. And to this day, when I look at this guy, the first thing I think of is the urinal in his house. So I'm going to bring him in. He has a joke for you.
John, I'm 72 years old, and I've met 10 billion people. I've been everywhere. I have never, ever met somebody that had a urinal in their home. I think that's hysterical.
Thank you. I never seen and I never seen anything like this. And I keep thinking, how are you inspired to say, you know what I need in this bed? Not a bidet, not a good shower. I need a stand-up urinal.
Well, is there like a bowl next to it? So if you're sitting on the bowl and another guy.
Well, here he comes. He's going to be so happy to see you. And I think he met you back in the day. So what day that is, I don't know. But he seems, anyone
there are a lot of days.
There's a lot of days. So we'll welcome in here. First guy to see if he wins a Jackie t-shirt, Andy doll, or a book. Daniel Miller. Come on in, Daniel. Here we go. Okay.
He actually comes in the room. I was wondering what you meant by he's going to come in, and holy Christ! What is it? Full moon?
Hey, Jackie. How's it going? Hey, John.
How you doing? My God.
Hey, Jackie,
Wow.
I met you at the Montreal Comedy Festival, just for laughs.
Oh, I was only there twice, 93 and 98.
90, I guess it would be 98.
Did you see the show?
No, I did not, sir.
That's why he's here.
John, the guy that closed the show in 1998 at the dirty, the nasty show at 12 o'clock on Saturday night was from South Africa, and he was so bad. And when somebody heckled him, he took out a gun and shot them with a blank gun. But it sounds like a gun, right? And his finale, I swear on my mother, he blasted the sound. There's no business like show business. Put not a torch. What do you call a flare up his ass and lit the flare and ran around the stage with a flare sticking out of his ass that was lit.
That's Django.
To those business like, and you know what a flare sounds like? The whole place smelled like sulfur. They wanted to arrest the kid, and he was all bad. Like, hey, can you get me some work in the States? I'm like, what?
His name was Django Edwards.
Django, what? Daniel, you were there. You're Django Ed. You remember the guy's name?
Well, I met him.
Oh my God, Django Edwards.
You know who I'm talking about. He was a great guy. He's a great kid.
Long hair, long black hair, stringy hair.
When you say a black guy from South Africa came in, I was thinking he didn't steal your jokes. He stole the mic and left.
Man, no, it was not. He was a white guy. He wasn't a white guy
with the accent and everything.
I don't even. I was just so freaked out by the.
I'll send you the picture.
But Daniel,
I don't know whether I was more freaked out by the lit flare or the fact he literally it was in his ass. I don't mean sticking out his. It was in his ass.
Oh my God,
that was unreal.
Give me the name again, Daniel. Django what?
Edwards.
Edwards.
Django Edwards.
Go around.
I'm sure I have that in my, I don't remember his name, but I'm sure if I just Googled, not Googled, but did a search on South Africa,
Wait till you see how creepy this guy is looking now. I'm going to see. You want to see his picture? I'll show it to you.
No, don't go Googling. Let's talk. So you were at the
you got all night. You got all night.
No,
I met Jerry Stiller at that one. Those were so.
I actually have. I got to show you the picture. This is something you got to see. It is too creepy. I'm telling you. You got to see this. You ready?
Did you find the guy?
Yeah, I found the guy. That's him right there in this picture there.
Wow. He's aged, eh?
Aged. Look. Look at that.
In all fairness to him, it was 23 years ago.
That's the guy. All right. Hey, this is your time to shine because there's 4 or 5 more people here who want to come in. So, Daniel Miller, it's up to you. Hit it. Give us the joke.
I got a joke. That's all I got is a joke.
It's fine. That's good.
A little boy, he's taking his bath with his mom. So he looks down and he says, "Hey, Mom, what's that hairy thing?" His mom says, "Oh, that's my sponge." He says, "Oh, the babysitter's got one too. I saw her washing Daddy's face with it."
Very good. Very good. Very good.
It's a great joke. And does he deserve anything for that, Jackie? You're the boss.
Yeah, I'll give him some. You know what? I love those. The teachers at sex education. The teacher says, we're having sex education. Can anybody tell me what this is?" And she holds up a picture of a penis. And Dirty Johnny says, "I know what that is. It's a penis." You know how I know? I know because my old man's got 2 of them. Says, 2 of them? He says, "Yep, 2 of them. The little one he uses to pee, and the big one he uses to brush the babysitter's teeth." Which is the same joke, Danny. Email your address. I'll be glad to I'll send you a joke book. How's that?
Okay, I'm going to give you yeah.
If you email me, my email is jokeland, like it sounds, JOKELAND, jokeland@AOL.com. Anybody that emails me automatically goes on the Jokeland email list,
and you
get a lot of jokes every month. But you got to read through where I'm working and Cameo.com and 922 Wine and all that crap. But
John knows I don't have any problem finding stuff.
No,
okay, good.
Thank you, Daniel. So, Jackie, you go send this guy oversized.
Hey, show him my picture. Nice. That's what I want.
Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you.
All right. Jackie coming back up. Long Island comedian. Been working, coming up. In fact, we worked West. What did we work together? Oh God, that big venue for Darcy. What's the name of that? I always wanted to work there. Actually,
Westbury Music Fair, but I think it's changed a million times.
yeah, that's why I can't recall the name. It's Westbury Music Fair originally. Yeah, and we worked there together. It was wonderful. And here he is. It's Tugboat Manny. Hey, Tugboat.
Everybody get up.
How are you? How are you?
Good. How you doing,
Oh,
John?
I don't know if I ever met you. Hi.
No, I never met you, but I heard a lot of
I
stories.
lost his
about
audio,
you.
Johnny.
Oh, we can hear him.
You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you fine. Can you hear him,
Oh,
Jackie?
okay.
I can't hear him.
He can't hear me. Maybe it's me, huh?
No, I hear you
I
fine.
heard-
It's got to be
I
Jackie.
can hear Danny fine.
You
Can
hear
you hear
me? Can you- Nobody. That's the
He just
problem.
poked
with
through
that.
for a second there.
Maybe that's the problem with the audience when I perform. They can't hear me.
They're wishing they didn't see you. But I don't know, Jackie, if he's there or not. He's hearing us too well. Let's see.
I see him. I see him.
Do you hear me?
I hear you perfectly.
All right. So you know, Tugboat. You know what I do? Let me drop out, and we'll pull you back in and see how that plays. Just click back
Okay.
in, and I won't forget you. I promise.
So how do I drop out?
Yeah.
I'll kick you out, and then you come back in.
All right.
Okay, here you go. I'm kicking you. Oof! He's gone. Okay. In the meantime, I have another
No
guy.
more Tugboat. Where's Tugboat? He's gone.
I'm going to bring Tugboat back in a minute. He's going to log back in. I have another guy here who's a mailman from Staten Island that actually, I don't know if you remember. I'll let him tell you the story, but I think he stumped you on a joke once years ago. And
You know, people think that happens so much. You know, it happens so much, and people are like, "Oh, have you ever been stumped?" You know, I was at the Rascals Comedy Hour one night when it was on Channel 3, and the Cablevision or whatever it was called back then, or UHF, whatever it was. And it was great. It was me and 3 other comics, and every week it was packed, and it was so much fun. And I'd have girls on stage after the show, and 5, 6, 7 girls, and a girl came on stage and she asked me a joke, and the setup was a joke that was right out of Jackie's albums.
Right.
It's right in my wheelhouse. And she told me the joke, and I said, I don't know. And she told me the answer, and I said, my God, that's so obvious. I can't believe that I didn't know that. And she said, neither can I, because I stumped you with the same joke standing right here on the same stage 2 years ago. so much for Jackie's wonderful memory. The joke was, why do they bury Jewish guys upside down?
why do they bury Jewish guys upside down?
No, I'm sorry. Why do they?
You don't remember the setup.
Why do they bury Jewish guys standing up?
Why?
So the change won't fall out of their pockets. Which is such a great joke.
Good joke.
And she stumped me with it twice.
I heard it too. I never heard the joke. That's a great
It's a
joke.
great joke. Great joke. All right, I didn't go on.
The roof type. All right, here comes Manny coming back in here. Here we go. Manny, tell us. We'll see if we can hear you now.
Hey, hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, let's go back to not hearing them. I'm kidding. Yeah, I hear you, Manny.
All right, Manny. Here's your. By the way, Manny. Now's your time to shine. Before you tell the joke, Jackie, he's a comedian working in Long Island. He's heard about you for years.
Yeah,
nice to meet you. If you win, I'm going to get you a neck.
Well, here.
Yeah. Actually, why don't you put him on 90 Day Fiance? Have you seen that guy? 90 Day Fiance.
You know,
Tug.
I went to a comedy show when I used to live in Florida in like 1999. I saw you, and I tried to stump you, and you just told me to sit down and shut up, and the whole crowd laughed, and I was so embarrassed, and I was like, oh my God. But
was there a reason? Did I do it just to be obnoxious or to be funny? Or
no, I couldn't do it, and I don't think I could do it again tonight. And I'm not even gonna try. I just want to tell you, from that show, you walked out, and there was a big fat guy in the front, and you said, "Holy shit! What are they serving the water here? Hamburgers?"
You know that was one of my greatest ad libs ever, and I had that ad lib one night at the Riviera at the top of the Riv when the cameras were going. They videotaped me all weekend. You never have a great ad lib when the TV cameras are going. And then some fat guy stood up to play something, and I said, "What's in the water here? Hamburgers?" And the place went. It makes no sense. It's so funny.
It
That's
is.
hilarious.
But why would I have been rude to you, Tugboat? I don't mean.
No,
I
you
apologize.
weren't. No, you weren't rude to me. The thing is, I was always the funny guy, and then I just started doing comedy like 7 years ago. But back then, I was like the goofy guy. So somebody's like, "Manny, why don't you try to stump the joke man?" I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, and I stood up and I was like mumbling like I am now, and you were like, "You know what? Just sit down." You know?
Oh, so it's your fault, Manny.
Yeah.
I'm feeling bad for you. Fuck you.
Yeah.
You can't slow down the show, man. You know, I was scared maybe I was out of fat jokes or something. You know.
Yeah. But
Well, welcome to the phone. Where do you live? Are you from Long Island?
Yeah, I live on Long Island, and in friend, like I performed with John Pizzi at Westbury Music Fair, all thankfully because of Richie Minervini and Darcy Novick.
And he killed. He killed.
Great. Good job.
Yeah,
good job.
And Richie talks about you quite a bit, and I've been talking to him quite a bit throughout this pandemic. And he talks about you. He shares a lot of stories, and all I just got to say.
Do you know how, John? Do you know how I met him?
No. I know you've been friends for years.
My band used to play at a place on Long Island called My Father's Place, which was a famous rock and roll venue. Springsteen worked there. The Stones, they all worked there, coming up, coming down. And it was a big deal if a local band got to do a show there. And my two-piece band, me and another guy, two guitar players, we're headlining at My Father's Place. We're thrilled to our tits, And all, if we had 300 fans, they all came, We'd have 10 people at each show, but everybody came to My Father's Place. And we went for the sound check. And the guy who owns My Father's Place, it's still open. There's another, they moved it to the George Washington Hotel, and it's still Epi. Michael Epstein, the same fucking guy from 40 years ago. He's a great friend of mine forever. And he's such a cheap fuck. And we went to do sound check because this is our big night. We're at My Father's Place. And fucking Epi booked the Gong Show auditions for Channel 7 to make a few extra shekels. So we can't do the sound check. So we're sitting there and people are going up and auditioning for the Gong Show. And they say, here's this comedian, Jim Myers. Yeah. Here's this comedian, Richie Minervini. And I said, I'm as funny as these fucking guys. And they came off stage. And I went up to Richie and said, listen, we do some comedy in our act. You should stick around. He said, okay. And he stuck around and he fell in love with my band because we told jokes and played our own songs.
Wow.
And I said to him, you're a comedian? This is a true story. And I will email you the scan of this card because I still have it. I said, how'd you get to be a comedian? And he said, simple. I had cards printed up. At the end of his card said Richie Minervini, comedian, and underneath it said Betty Boop Enterprises with a cartoon of Betty Boop.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Betty Patterson, who was Patti Smith's mother.
My God.
And that was Richard. And he said, why don't you come over to Rich M. Dixon's? We'll have a lot of fun. And I went and met Nelson, Bartlett, Murphy, Hawthorne, Minervini, Myers. And me and Richie been tight as thick as thieves for 40 years, however many years.
I didn't know
that. Crazy?
Much respect.
So much fun. We had so much fucking fun. Oh my God.
And he told me the same thing about the card. I asked him when I first started like 7 years ago, when I was talking to him, I said, how do you become a comedian? He goes, I just had cards printed up. It said Richie Minervini, comedian.
Well, I'm a heart surgeon tomorrow.
Yeah. But that's awesome. But the one thing I wanted to say, I don't know, it's just something that happened. The lady from the Nassau County Executive, she went on TV and she was talking about how the tennis courts were opening up in Nassau County. And she said every player, unless they're from the same household, has to bring their own tennis balls so that they don't touch other people's tennis balls with your hand. She goes, you can kick their balls, but you can't touch them. This was true.
You just let us stand there and talk. The jokes are going to write themselves. It's so funny.
It's good.
Anyway, I don't want to take any more time. I just wanted to come on.
No, it's fine. You didn't say where you're from on Long Island.
Oh, I'm from East Setauket, the same place where Gary and Kevin James and Rock Rubin are from, Ward Melville High School.
Oh, there's the
bed.
bed.
Can you see that?
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, no way.
Tilt it up a little, maybe it down.
There
you go. Down. Down. There you go. That's good. That's even better. You can see it a little bit. Looks great.
Betty Boop.
But I am a triple X, Jackie. I am a triple X. I'm probably one of the few on.
You know what? Email me jokeland@AOL.com. I'll send you a triple X.
Okay, much respect, and I'll say Tugboat Manny in the thing. Thank you, John Pizzi. Much respect.
Love to see you, Vanny. Good to see you. Continued success, my friend.
Oh, thank you. Keep going. I love this, guys. Thank you.
Great. Thank you.
Good
wow.
luck.
Check it out. Hey, also we have here, this is my friend Brian. Now, Brian actually is from Staten Island, and he's really, me and Brian after a show sat in the parking. Remember we used to, in Staten Island across from upstairs, there was a comedy club upstairs on just Friday and Saturday, and right across the dump. I forget the name of it. It's been so long. It was upstairs. One night I come down, I can finish the show at 11 o'clock at night, and I walk out, I meet Brian, and we sat in the parking lot from 11 till 4 in the morning doing jokes back and forth for 4 hours. And he's right on it. He's like one of these guys like you and I, just jokes, loves them, and just changes them, rewrites them, fixes them, makes them into something else, and he's creative that, and he's here today to stump you. Hopefully again.
When I started doing comedy in 1979, at the end of my final run with my band, I had been doing that for my whole life, like all night, every night, at the bars, at the parties, and that's I don't know about you, but that's how they got hammered into my head. I tell a joke, you tell a joke, I tell a joke, but it usually be you tell a joke, I tell 5 jokes, and
right.
then you keep going, and it get less and less. It happened less frequently that you'd hear when you hadn't heard before, but it was like striking gold, so much
I get
fun.
you. One time I started doing walk around jokes at a table to table, going to people to tell jokes. I was hired to do that at a cocktail party. So I'm walking around, and I went over to, and the funny thing about comedians, I said, would you like to hear the joke? And they go, no. And I told them 10.
Right.
Where we are. But here he is. This is Brian from Staten Italian. Here he is. Hello, Brian. There you are.
What's up?
How you doing?
John, it was Circles.
Circles comedy. Yeah, that's right. Staten Island. Yeah.
Is this your Deliverance impression?
No, I worked 10 hours today, Jackie.
Okay.
He's a hardworking guy. You're about to retire, aren't you?
No. After tonight, maybe.
After you kill somebody in the post office, then you'll retire. But get a package.
Oh,
Yeah, hit him
anyway.
Tell Jackie what you told me that you did. You said you kind of fooled him back in the day somewhere, right? About a joke?
What happened, he did a show at Fillmore's back in the late 80s, and I knew all of his. Yes.
By the way, let me interrupt here. I was the booker for Millard Fillmore's. Do you know, I was the booker of that. Millard Fillmore's was in Staten Island on the dump as well, and it was the first time I actually met. I didn't meet you. Actually, came in to see the show because I didn't know anything about comedy. I was a kid's magician at the time, and I was a business guy though. And when I got Millard Fillmore's as a booking for comedy shows once a week back in the 80s, I was friends with Bob Levy, who you named the Reverend Bob.
Right.
Was Levy the guy who booked that?
Yeah, well, he did, because I said to him, I don't know all the comedians. I will give you half the budget, if you half the profit, if you book the comics and be like a partner, because I didn't know the comics. So he booked you. And by the way,
it's so funny because when you said Fillmore's, Bobby Levy's name popped into my head for no reason. Obviously, it was for a reason, but I was like, that's odd.
And by the way, that night, the one thing I remember about you, you walked out that night with 7 trays of ribs and chicken. Like you had enough food to feed somebody, and I could see you probably in the car throwing them out the window. It was.
They gave it to me, or I stole it.
No, they asked you. You said, I don't want to eat after the show, and then you ordered like ribs and burgers and fries. You had like 2 packages of food, and you were a big guy then. You were much, you were bigger. We're all different people back then, but it was a good night. You killed them. You did an hour and a half, like you killed them, smoked them back in the 80s, and you were selling T-shirts and stuff. So
it was always fun.
I'm sorry, fun. Brian. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
And anyway, I knew all of your punchlines, and I was telling my friends, and you overheard me, and you said, "Who's yelling at my punchlines?" And my friends ratted me out, and you were going to walk off stage, and I kept my mouth shut. But at the end of the show, you played your Stump the Comedian, and
you do realize what an absolute dicky thing that is to do.
I realize that.
You do realize that makes you a total fucking asshole.
Well, that's what
no, as far as comedy, it's like sitting in the movie and yelling the butler did it. You just don't do that. So I'm not going to give you a pass on that. But go ahead.
No, I realized that. So you played Stump the Comedian at the end, and nobody got you. And you said, "Where's that asshole that was yelling at my punchlines?" And I said I could stump you, and you said I couldn't, and I did. And you remembered I saw you a few years ago at the Looney Bin, and I went up to you, and I told you the joke, and you actually remembered it, which shocked the shit out of me.
Now, the Looney Bin is got to be the closest thing to being in hell that I think I've ever been.
You forgot Pips.
No, Pips was a party. The Looney Bin was
Betty's
so
Fireside.
Odd. So
Betty's
odd.
Fireside, Denville, New Jersey.
Right. Well, anyway, the joke was...
So what was the joke? Jesus.
I'm getting there. The joke was that I used was a 60 feet long, is green, and has 100 pair of tits.
Oh yeah, that's that's the kind of joke that I don't let it hang out in my memory.
Right, exactly. But when I saw you about 3 years ago, you actually remembered it, which I was very surprised.
And you know what? That joke goes so hand in hand with the Looney Bin. I remember when I pulled up today, I'm like, this none of these storefronts are open. Where could there possibly be a show? It was so odd. I wound up having a good time. Whatever the guy's name is, he was very nice,
Vic. His name is Vic.
Yeah, he was very nice.
Okay. Do I get to stump you again or no?
You can do anything you want. What do I care?
Okay. I have one that I don't think you know. It's
Hold on a minute, John. We got to set a new rule where the people on camera have to at least fucking sit up.
Okay, the new rule.
From now on,
the next show is you have to.
You're grandfathered in. You can do whatever you want. But from now on, people got to make it look like they're making an effort to sit up.
He's been working all day, delivering mail all day. This guy's burnt out. Matter of fact, speaking of mail, you ever hear? Does your wife know the zip code for love?
I don't know.
That's why she has no mail in her box.
Oh God! Oh Jesus!
I like that joke. Go ahead, Brian. Let's hit it up.
Anyway,
what's it mean when the flag at the post office is at half mast?
They're hiring.
There you go. I love that joke. That's so funny. Okay. Oh my God, that's so great.
What I have is, what's the worst part about having sex with your sister?
Oh.
And there's 14 answers to this.
Yeah.
Telling your brother-in-law that he's not holding the camera close enough. There's a million answers.
No, it's when the crib breaks.
Okay. Okay. Hey, I didn't know it. You could get what you want. T-shirt, Andy dog.
What's the best thing about fucking your cousin?
Go ahead.
You can't get him pregnant.
Okay.
See, now that's funny. dead baby jokes, you know.
Oh, come
All
on.
right, how
It's
about this one?
good.
Hey,
Let's
you
see,
know, everybody's entitled to do what they do. That's I don't
Yeah,
do
that's
that.
right.
I do this, you know,
The dead
crib
baby.
death and all that, you know.
Over the line. Over the line. So he
It's
should
not
have.
that, no, it's not that it's over the line. If something doesn't make me laugh, you know, I tell jokes and I laugh at them. I'm
Of
not a
course.
snob, you know, like if I don't think something's funny or especially funny, you know, if they're, you know, the horrible
All right,
joke about what noise does a baby make in a microwave? That's the worst one.
Okay.
Yeah.
What noise does a baby make in a microwave?
I got no clue.
Go ahead.
I don't know either. I was too busy jerking off.
How could
Which
you
is
not like it?
horrible.
It's
No,
simple.
that's just so bad
That's
that
a shovel on the head. I love
That's
it. It's
horrible.
funny.
No baby
Play.
jokes.
Everything has a place.
Move on.
All right,
Just
how
be
about,
happy
how
to
about
play.
this one? What's the worst part about eating bald pussy?
It's going to be a kid's joke.
Next. Yeah, you know, putting the diaper back on. Go away. Go away.
Very good. All right.
Yeah, no.
How about
No, we're done. We're done.
We're good.
Okay.
He should get something over, Jackie. He hit us.
Absolutely. I'll send you a T-shirt. I'll be glad. I owe you a T-shirt from years ago. Did I get one? Did you get one that night?
No.
And he
No,
has
actually, I
it.
got an album and you signed it. I got an album and you
I'll
signed
send you a
it.
joke book, whatever you want. Email me, jokeland@aol.com.
I will. Thank you.
Thanks, Brian.
All right, babe.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Brian.
Stay safe. That he's on the front line doing those nasty jokes. Front line. All right. Also coming up, we have Carlo Bolero, who has his own show on streaming here. He'll tell you about it. Here he is. Bring on Carlo.
Hey, what's up? What's up, Jackie? Long time no see.
Hello. How are you?
I tell you what, John, Jackie is the nicest guy you ever want to work with, but he's a little bit of a conniver. And I'm going to tell you a quick story.
I'm listening.
I'm in comedy.
4 years ago.
I'm a conniver.
No. 4 years ago, I started the radio show, so I wanted to have Jackie on as a guest, and he had been on my old show years ago. So I call him or I email him. He goes, "Yeah, no problem." And then, like the day of the show, I really can't do it. I got a development deal, and I'm going to be doing radio, and it might be a conflict of interest. And then I go,
but first of all, that's not true. I would never have ever canceled on somebody that day.
You did, and then as soon as I told you,
that's patently not true.
It's true.
I'm telling you right now, that did not happen.
And then when I told him Paul Veneer was my co-host, I'll do it. Veneer's involved in this, I'll do it.
Did he do it?
Yeah, he did it.
Jackie, do you remember doing it?
But that's a patently untrue story. So I told you I canceled. You booked me, and then I canceled on you that day, and then said, "Oh, Paul Veneer's there. I'll do it."
Yes.
Come on.
I swear on my dead father's grave. I would never lie. It was no big deal, but I was just funny how, like, I guess you didn't think anything, like we were just a bunch of kids doing stuff in the garage, and I
do it. This John. Remember when I met you, and you said, "Jackie, God, you seem to be a pretty decent guy."
Yeah,
all the shit I've heard about
you're
you.
a god to me.
This is
you,
the kind of shit. This is the kind of shit that gets passed around. That.
Oh, I don't tell nobody. This is just, I'm just telling you, it's funny. I don't think nothing of it. I still hold you in the highest regard, Jack.
No, I don't. But it's just,
I have to edit this now. I have to go edit this tape from Don. I have to pull this out.
No, don't edit anything. No,
I'm not mad, and I don't care. I just thought it was funny. I found it very funny.
Okay.
What was the show? What was this show that you did?
It was the Animal House Radio. And you came on, and we had a ball with you. You were a rock star, as usual, when you come on. And
but we're talking about 20 years ago, a year ago, last week, when?
2 years ago. 2 years. About 2 years
I don't
ago.
remember ever doing a radio show. I haven't seen Paul Veneer in so long.
Yeah, well,
that's
here. The last time.
He's in the chat.
Well, Paul was in the chat room, yeah.
He's going to come on.
Pull him up. Ask him if he remembers this.
He wants to come in, but his phone doesn't work with the StreamYard.
Oh, yeah, he was there for a while hanging. I didn't pull him in. He was part. I'm just doing everybody in line. I had Mighty Mouse.
I didn't tell you to call you out. I just thought it was a funny story.
To call me out for the.
It's an awkward story.
No, it's just I got a kick out of it because I get it all the time from publicists. In Newark we used to call that the giggity gay. We used to, to give you that, but it's all good. Anyway, Jack, I got to ask you one quick question.
You know what? I really can't talk to you right now. I'm way too busy. I'm really sorry. Sorry.
The feud between you.
I got to cancel on you right now. I got another call. I apologize, my friend. Next time, me and John Aron will have you on.
Oh,
I'm a little busy right now.
All right, I'll tell you my joke.
See,
You
now
ready?
you got a story. No, go.
Okay. Why?
No,
why
John,
don't they?
out, John. There you go.
Boom. So
See?
that was awkward, Carlo. That was so fucking awkward.
You know what? If the guy's gonna call me a dick, I'm gonna be a dick.
Yeah, I get you. Next coming up.
Plus that's funny.
Hang on one second, Dick. Hang on, Dick. Next coming up. By the way, Paul was there. I wanted to bring him up. Hopefully he can come back in. Next coming up is the Mighty Oz. The Mighty Oz. Here he is, the Mighty Oz.
What are you doing? Put me on TV.
There you go. How are you?
John, Jackie, how you doing?
Hi. You know, I got to give you credit, Pizzi, because this has been such a cast of characters, nicknames have been great. You know, Mongo Santa Maria and the Mighty Ozman and all, you know.
One second. Guess who's here? Paul Veneer is here. Just to clarify, Mighty Oz, let's hang out 1 second. Hi, Paul.
I'm cool.
Is that Paul Veneer's father?
That's Paul Veneer doing a mime act.
He just locked me up. He just locked up everything.
All right, well, if you come back, Paul, let me know. I just want to verify that story now. That's Paul Veneer. Actually, he's the one who raped my kid. That's the guy.
He's back.
Paul, you okay? God damn. Paul, iPhone 11. As soon as they open up that store in Freehold.
He didn't pay his bill.
I'm sorry, Mighty Eyes. Go ahead.
Nah, I don't got nothing. I got nothing.
Got nothing. You just want to say hi. All right.
I want to say hey.
Hi, Mighty. Hi, Almighty.
2.
You win, Fat. You just won the Vinny Favale lookalike contest, and trust me, that is no compliment. Do you know who that
Thank
is?
you. I don't know.
Google Vinny Favale.
Vinny Favale. I got my
You know
homework.
what? I'll tell you right now, he's a 6 and you're an 8.
I got my homework.
Hey, I'm going to bring Tom Wolf up next. Hey, Mighty Eyes, where are you from?
Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Oh, I love it, man. How you doing?
Yeah, I work with satellite shit. All rocket science.
Email me your address. I want to send you a Stump the Joke Man t-shirt to wear around Louisiana.
I will do that in pride. Thank you, sir.
I just was about to bring this guy up, and he's gone.
These fucking slackers. Why don't they pick
You
up
know,
their...
do you ever hear, John, you ever hear Zanies in Chicago?
Yes, I never did that. I used to work a club in Oak Ridge, Illinois called Barrel of Laughs back in the day.
Well, Zanies was great, and Zanies was a whorehouse.
Was it?
And it was a whorehouse, and the guy got sick of jumping out the back window, so he made it into an X-rated bookstore, and people were still getting blowjobs in the back, and he got sick of jumping out the window from the bookstore, so he made it into a comedy club. It's a true story. And upstairs, the comics stayed upstairs, and the walls were red velvet. I'm not making it up, and it was so much fun.
Sounds like San Francisco.
And me and do you ever hear of Uncle Larry Reeb? He's a fairly famous comic. Well, he was from Chicago.
Yeah.
And we went out and got some whores and brought them back there, and we gave the whores Stump the Joke Men t-shirts. And it was always my dream that Leno or Seinfeld or one of those guys would be walking down Well Street and see a hooker and Stump the Joke Man t-shirt. It's fucking wonderful.
Actually, worse, now you have like several 25-year-olds.
So now I got the Mighty Oz. What's better than the Mighty Oz walking around Baton Rouge with a Stump the Joke Man
t-shirt? I'm talking about.
Works for me. Works for me.
JoeBrand at AOL.com.
Did you get that? All right. Thank you, Mighty Oz. And it's good to see you. Stay well over there. I'm going to try to do Paul in here one more time.
It's nice to see you, Paul.
Yeah, we see him. Let's see if we could actually talk to him. Paulie?
Hey! Hi, guys.
Okay. Oh, it's coming.
You know, Paul might have actually been playing the piano the night that the girl said, you stumped me. I stumped you with the same joke twice.
I was.
Were you there?
I was there.
Those nights were so fucking great, Paul. Oh, those nights were great.
Fun. That show was so much fun with so much ad-libbing going on.
Just crazy, insane. There
was so much ad-libbing
how are you?
That show was so much fun. Good, man. How you doing?
You
Good to
know,
see you.
you know, people say, how you doing? You say, great. But I'm, you know, I'm old, you know. Somebody said something to
Just
me
a
a
number,
couple
Jack.
years ago. I'm still pissed off because I think of it every 2 minutes. I said, how you doing? He said, you know what, Jackie? I still feel like I'm 30 years old until I try to get up. Every time I go to get up, I go, that motherfucker, man. Jesus Christ. Yeah, but
God.
it's fine. It's fine.
I don't think people realize it, Jackie, but people, do they really know that he used to play the music for you at Rascals Comedy for all those shows, right? You were the guy, right, Paul?
Yeah, I was the musical director. I was the musical
He was the
director.
musical
of the show.
director of the TV show.
Yeah.
Do those shows exist anywhere? Is Perna
Yeah.
sitting on them,
Yeah,
or are they on cable anywhere?
Rob Perna has, Rob Perna owns half of them, and the other half was the Rascals. But I don't know what happened to that half, the Rascals.
But they're not they're not on YouTube or any of that shit, right?
No,
I hope not.
No, they're not. They're not.
Yeah, because he's sitting on it. You know, he had every famous person there ever was on that stage.
right.
You know,
Yeah,
30 years ago,
man.
30 or 40 years ago. It was a long time ago, man.
It was the mid '80s to the '90s. Mid '80s to the '90s. Yeah.
Great fun.
Yeah, everybody that went through that show became famous. Everybody that came through that show became famous.
That's not true. I'm still here.
that's right. You and I aren't.
A lot of people. Actually, when I worked that one night with Jackie, he was closing, and you were, and the guy on the opening of the show was a guy named Billy J from Connecticut. He used to wear a hat.
Oh,
yeah. Guy. He used to do a driving bit. Billy J. And there was another guy who used to go. Another guy who opened up the show was John Fox. He used to go billy bob, you know, like that. I remember. I have it on tape.
John Fox got real big.
Yes. Yeah.
John Fox was great. He always started off with the fireman joke. He always started with the fireman joke.
Yeah.
Yeah. He died of. What's the anal cancer? Not prostate cancer. Maybe prostate, but whatever he died of, it was something that you shouldn't die of, that because they can catch it if you get checked, and he never got checked. So he made videos for the last 2 years of his life, so people could watch him die, and that was his way of sending the message that you should get checked up.
Yeah,
but he had the greatest. He had the single greatest Rodney Dangerfield story of all of them. I'm sure I've told you this, Pizzi. Because him and Rodney working on a thing called Rover Dangerfield, which was an animated dog, animated, and Rodney was the voice, and Fox was going to be the sidekick. He was basically his cocaine buddy at the time, and he said they were in an elevator, way up high in one of the floors in Las Vegas. And they were coming down in the elevator, and the elevator opened, and a little tiny Asian broad got in the elevator. And the elevator door closed, and he said, Rodney blasted a fart that was so loud and so disgusting and was absolutely fucking horrific. And then they got down to the bottom floor, and when the door opened up, there was 40 people waiting to get in the elevator. And as they walked out of the elevator, Rodney looked at the little woman and goes, you're really fucking disgusting. he blamed the fart on the little lady. Fox said it was the funniest thing he ever saw. You're really fucking disgusting. Oh, how do you leave the house?
Paul, you got
such a not believable story, and you know goddamn well it's true. You know,
I'm sure it's true. Paul, you want to hear a good joke?
Sure.
One line, you got a million. By the way, if anyone's ever seen Paul, what they call you, the one-man comedy tornado, he does a whole 2-hour show at night and gets there at noon. Right? That's the Paul thing. You can't. We can't stump you either. You've been around a long time with this game.
You know, the guy at the marriage counselor, he says we don't get along, and the marriage counselor says, "Why not?" He says, "Because of our Aquarius signs. I'm an Aquarius, and she's a cunt." I didn't mean what did I mean? I didn't mean Aquarius signs. What's that shit called? I hate that shit. What's it called? Aquarius and
astrological.
Astrology.
Astrology, right? Yeah.
Astrology. Oh, astrology.
How about this? Look,
Astrological sign, yeah.
a guy takes takes a friend home to his house, and his wife starts screaming her head off at the husband. And she says to him, "You know, where the fuck have you been? Look at me. I didn't do my fucking makeup. I didn't do my fucking hair. The dishes are still in the stink. Why don't you take out the fucking dog? And who you think? I think I'm cooking for you and your goddamn friend over here? I'm not." And then she says, "What'd you bring him here for anyway?" And he goes, "He's thinking of getting married."
I love that. I love
Great
that.
joke. Hey, Paul, come on, hit us with a good joke. You've been around a long time. Hit us
Okay.
with one.
Okay. Two old ladies in a movie theater, and one lady says to the other one, Mildred, the guy next to me is masturbating. She goes, just ignore him. She says, I can't. He's using my hand.
Nice and
Hey,
tight.
I'll tell you what I haven't. It was new to me like a year ago. The guy says to the bartender, "You ever piss in the shower?" And the bartender says, "Yeah, by accident." The guy says, "By accident?" And the bartender says, "Well, these things happen when you're taking a shit."
Ooh.
That's a dirty
All
joke.
right, I want to see. You guys hang out and talk to me. I want to see if I can get somebody else in to close us off with a good joke because nobody's really. I haven't heard.
Well, let me go because I'm going to lose the sound once I
Oh, Paul, did I really fucking hang that guy up? Did I stand somebody up? You can tell me if I did. I don't.
He's still here.
I don't think it was. It was something. I don't think what he's talking about was nothing big. I think you did have something to do that day. And when you heard that was going to be, you made.
All right, wait a minute. Here we go. There's all four of us. Real quick.
All right. It was nothing. It was nothing major.
I don't want to see that guy. I don't want to see that guy. He's dead to me. That guy.
He's dead. He's dead to me.
I think it gives him something to talk about.
What's
his name? Carlo, call me. I'll do your show.
There you go. Paul.
Let me go. I gotta go. You guys, I love you both. Stay well, all right?
Bye, Paul.
It's good seeing you, Paul. Stay well. Say hi to the bride. Tell us.
I don't recognize you without the fucking shark hat on.
Oh my goodness.
That's a very nice guy right there.
He's a great guy, great family guy, good man, funny guy. Been around, and he's not a comedian. He's an entertainer. He's an entertainer.
He's a faggot. He's a faggot, right?
No, I didn't know that. Now you're telling me something. Now I'll never invite him over here ever again. That's the end of that.
Him and the Duke. Was it Duke? Carlo. Him and Carlo.
Him and Carlo gay? Is that what's going on?
I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm so full of crap.
Actually, they're like Liberace. They both like a cockatoo. Remember that joke? So
sure.
Listen, we're over. We did an hour and 7 so far. I only want to keep it 45 minutes to an hour, and I haven't even started with the jokes. I haven't even given away my stuff yet. I have this wonderful book.
Well, I'm going to shut up and you give something away.
I'm going to give this away. What do I have to give away? 2 things. Look at this, baby. A smile, a grin, a laugh, that's life from justlaugh.org. This is a great book if you want to learn about how comedy makes us healthy. And there's people from Jerry Lewis to Pat Cooper to people all over been interviewed in this book, and there's a DVD that they have as well. But I have the book right here. I'm going to give this away to one person tonight.
Hey, John, how do they know that kangaroos are Jewish?
How do we know kangaroos are Jewish? They have something to do with their pouch being. Go ahead.
They got short arms and low pockets. I just heard that the other day. Go ahead. So I'll give away your book. Tell somebody to name a number between 1 and 2 or something.
That works for me. That works for me. All right. Thanks, Sonny Max. Said Charlie. Oh, by the way, Charlie Fisher was here for a minute. I don't know what happened to him. He could. Charlie says he has a joke master and he's playing the jokes right now.
I love him. You know, I had those kids joke masters, and his daughter was working with these kids that were autistic down in West Virginia, and I sent them cases of them, and the kids loved them and went nuts, and then the company went out of business. Like,
it's terrible. I love good kids.
Charlie, that's a good. He's a good kid, Charlie. He's a good guy.
Yeah, great guy. Great guy. And he moved from New York. Where is he? Down in North Carolina, South Carolina, I think.
Somewhere down there.
Yeah, he's down south. It's very nice now. All right. Anyone wants to come in real quick before we close this up? Here's the link right there. I just put it up in the chat real quick. If you want to come up, you can come on
My
in.
favorite kids joke. What did the 0 say to the 8?
What did he say?
Nice belt.
My
Isn't that silly? That's great.
favorite kids joke is, how come policemen smell? Because they're always on duty. That's a great.
You know what? When I put out that Joke Master Jr., that joke was on the box.
What was it really?
Yeah, like in a talk bubble. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, of course. And by the way, Jackie, so before we close this up, it was just a lot of fun tonight. I have I wanted to show where they can get in touch with you for going on Cameo, right?
Yeah, cameo.com/Jackie
Right here.
Martling. Just like that.
Right.
And it's and I tell a joke or you know what? I did a psychiatric or I don't know what you'd call it. A guy said, listen, my friend's father is your biggest fan in the fucking world, and he has a major problem with my pal because he's gay. And his father loves you so much. Talk some sense into him. So I did the Cameo, and I told a couple jokes. I said, hey, I do midget jokes and gay jokes and Jew jokes, and we laugh at everybody. But lighten the fuck up, man. I said, take one of my CDs and play it and listen to the fag jokes and the midget jokes and the Jew jokes and laugh at them with your son and take a chill pill. Now, I haven't heard back yet. So I don't know if I started a world war, if I solved the problem, but that was kind of unique,
You're right, though. You're allowed to lighten up. What I mean, we there's no intention. There's no real angry intention behind this. It's just wherever the humor lies, and sensitivity to humor.
It's just goofy, right?
But you're only offended if you're sensitive to it. You can't be offended if you're not sensitive to something. Obviously.
I do those joke calls with Feldman, and I did a joke phone call with Feldman before I talked to you.
Great.
And he has a lot of people, and he had a guy on the line from Poland. Christoph, a Polish guy. And I said, well, is he going to be on the line when I'm telling jokes? And he said, yeah. And I said, and you know what I said? I said, well, what do I got to do? Talk slower? And of course, the guy laughed his ass off. And I said, well, now, Feldman, next week you got to have a midget. You know what I mean? Like, such a goof. It's just,
my favorite Polish joke is a Polish guy calls the airline. He says, how long is the flight from Newark to Poland? She goes, 1 minute, sir. He goes, thank you.
You know about the Warsaw Airlines flight 101 coming in for a landing?
No. Okay.
And the pilot is sweating, and the sweat's leaping off his brow, and he's like, he turns to the co-pilot and he says, man, that is the shortest runway I ever landed on. The co-pilot says, yeah. And so wide. Which is just too great.
That's hilarious. Well, Jackie, we're going to do this again, right?
Yes. I want people to go to cameo.com/Jackie Martling. Please send a joke. You send a joke, you say happy divorce, happy marriage, congratulations on being 50. And I got like 35 5-star reviews. And you can see the actual things on cameo.com/Jackie Martling. There's like 5 or 6 or 7 of the actual ones I've done. So you can see if you like it.
I'm actually looking at it
my
right
book
now.
is still selling, Bow to Stern, Joke Man, Bow to Stern. When I'm promoting my book, I have to say Joke Man, Bow to Stern, because if you go to Bow to Stern, you get a 7th grade sailing manual. Oh, look at that. Is that the website?
That's the cameo.com. That's what you have a GIF over there of you talking and laughing and making fun.
Oh, yeah. You got to do that when you do it. But they have actual samples. Scroll down. I think there's samples on there.
Is it really sample? Let me take a look. Tell me, do you see me scrolling down?
There they are. They're samples.
I wonder if I can play one. Let's go. Here's by Mark and Tom. You're wearing a hat and a robe. Let's see if I could play it. I'm not sure if it'll play it out. Let's see.
The girl calls the doctor. She says, Doc, I got diarrhea. Can I take a bath? He says, if you got enough. The guy says, the bartender, my wife and I are trying to make a baby. The bartender says, that's great. The guy says, yeah.
Oh,
Well, stop it, but that's great. You know, you can just go on that website and steal enough jokes to last you a month. You know,
we don't even have to
so
do a
that's
live.
fun.
Go watch the cameos.
But listen,
Here's-
I love doing this, and you know,
Here's Charlie.
but next time we do it, we'll bring people up. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah,
They don't want to hear us
I
go on
agree.
and on.
We have to get them in ahead of time, all on there. Charlie's there. He can hear you. Charlie, can you hear us?
Enough jokes to last you a month. You know,
We don't even have
so that's fun.
Go watch the cameos. See, I'm hearing this on Charlie's thing. I have to dump him out.
Yeah, of course, that's got to be Fisher on delay.
It's Fisher.
You know,
It's Fisher. He's got no video, and we're hearing his listen to it in delay. Anyway,
he's got his.
It's been a lot of fun, man. This has been fun. And next time we do it a little bit faster. But this was good. You were stable this whole time. We didn't lose any sound. Everything's been pretty.
I love
stable.
it. My earphones are working, and it looks like what you know. If you saw what I got a 100-year-old music stand here, up on blocks, lean forward, and I'm in the middle of my office, and it's just you know. Can you see?
I hear you. We're all. Oh wow. Oh, that's in Joke Land, isn't it? Oh no, it's upstairs.
Yeah, I'm in the garage in Jokeland.
The Joke
My
Land thing. Yeah.
garage orifice.
People don't know that, but that place is great, full of jokes, and everything is written, and everything is organized. You are so. I am a disaster. You are so organized. It kills me. I'm amazed how, cleanliness about it all. I mean, my office is
Well,
disaster.
no, it's actually a pigsty right now, and for being organized, it's disorganized. But that's another thing. You're going to do the documentary, right? But the documentary is 99% finished. So if we ever come out of this pandemic, we're going to be going around the country showing the documentary and doing Q&As and selling stuff. You know, it might wind up like a magical mystery tour where we get a bunch of comics on the bus and we go and we do a show and show the movie and just have a fucking field.
Yeah, I'm gonna send I have to make the video clips to send to it, and I appreciate being in your documentary. By the way, I did watch the trailer and it's done like a movie. The guy, Ian Carr is the greatest when it comes to this. I mean, I watched it and I was like, holy shit, it looks like $1 million movie. He really
you know what? He put up the trailer and it got so many hits right away, and his agent said, take it down, because the movie's not done. You don't want to get people all hopped up about the movie and then it's not there, and thank God, because it's funny because Artie Lang was supposed to be in the documentary, and it took so long, and then he wound up getting screwed up and went to the hospital and went to jail. But the documentary's taken so long that he cleaned up, got out of jail, got out of the hospital, and he's in the documentary. It's like everything's going full circle. But
what is the name?
We went to New Orleans and went on the bus and interviewed Willie Nelson. It's just classic shit.
I saw that in the trailer. What is the name of this documentary?
Joke Man, 2 words. Joke Man.
All right, I got one more Joke Man. I got one more thing coming in there. Her name is Hermione. Oh, she's gone. She's back. Let's see, just real quick before we leave. All right, there you go. Can you see us?
I can see you, but I'm not sure what I just jumped in on.
It's fine. You're here, just about to close this up, and then I saw you pop in. You have a beautiful voice, by the way.
Thanks.
Forget her voice. She's beautiful.
Oh,
but she's not moving. Oh, what are we just seeing? A static picture?
Yes, I did put in the static picture because I didn't know what I was jumping into.
Oh, well, you're in between.
I like a brave woman.
This is like you're at the Republican convention right now.
Oh, right.
Either I'm having a stroke or she's African American. I can't tell.
Yeah, she's a beautiful woman. And I can see that she has a wonderful voice. She has a voice made for this, and we have faces made for radio. I mean,
now, how did you stumble upon us?
Somebody posted the link in one of my chats on Facebook.
Who? Carlo Bolero?
Wait, Randy.
Randy. Huh.
Randy Langione?
Let me see which Randy here. This is so.
It doesn't matter. Where are you from?
Osborne. I'm in Longmont, Colorado.
Oh wow. How's the COVID going on there?
We're actually doing okay. One county over is a train wreck. We have a meat packing plant up there, and it's been a little hard.
Wow.
And do you like comedy?
Of course.
Do you like jokes?
Yeah, let's hear it.
And politically incorrect as well.
Oh, absolutely. Irreverent as ever.
See, this She's ready to become the co-host. She's perfect. She's got it all going on. She's great voice, looks good, and likes dick jokes. What more do you want? This is America. I love it. Feels good.
I don't like dick jokes as much as I like dick, so whatever.
Oh.
It certainly is 2020.
Yeah, I know. We can get away with this a while.
Let's hit it with one good joke before we leave, Jackie. What do you say? I'll give you a couple of good ones. This morning I was thinking about this. If anyone has a voodoo doll of me, I'd like them to put it on a treadmill. Oh wait, we got one more person coming in. Nina Levy from Florida. Okay.
What? That's a great line. I love that.
Here comes Mina. Now I did a show where Mina was in Florida. I don't see Mina either.
Hello.
I'll give you a couple. Hello, Mina. Mina's in Florida. How do I say your name? Hermione?
There's a voodoo doll of me. I'd like to put it on the treadmill.
Can you hear me?
Mina, can you mute?
I'm muting Mina because
What's going on, John?
It's French and it's Hermine.
Oh, it's French and
Hermine.
Say it again.
Hermine.
Hermine. Nice.
Ooh, nice.
That's very nice. That's very nice.
Let's hear what one good jokes before we leave. I had to mute Nina because I could hear her coming back. It was looping back.
Hermine, here's a joke that's very, very, very disgusting, but you could tell it on the radio, and you could tell it to your 5-year-old nephew.
Okay.
Okay. A girl calls the doctor and she says, "Doc, I got diarrhea. Can I take a bath?" And he says, "If you got enough."
It's disgusting.
Too disgusting?
No, it's disgusting but funny. Are you laughing?
Chase her away.
I mean, I look at my bathtub right now. The deep, it's like one of those deep bathtubs, and I'm like, no, I don't have enough. I don't have enough for a bath. That's funny.
It's a good joke. It's a good joke.
It's funny.
Anyway, we've gone really way over time.
What do you got to catch a bus?
It's so funny though. I'm looking here and she looks like a plastic woman because she's not live.
I will come on live tomorrow. Or next time. I don't know when you guys do this.
Next Monday, 8
So
o'clock.
Hermine, are you married? Are you living in a commune? Are you single? Are you gay? Are you hiding from the law? What's your situation?
I feel like I'm all of the above because I have like a king size bed. I'm totally single, but I got a vibrator over on the other table over there because I've been single so long. So it was a bad breakup. It's like a joke.
You broke up with your vibrator?
Wow.
No, I didn't break up on my vibrator.
That's what I thought.
I broke up with someone and then proceeded to get a vibrator. And that's it. It's been.
Guess what? You're going to get 1 million people in the chat talking to you now tonight. They're going to be going, "Wait a minute, where is that lady?"
You got me interested.
What
do you get when you cross a vibrator with an anteater?
Ooh, do tell.
An armadillo.
On that note, I'm closing up here. Listen, Hermine, thank you very much. Come in next week and bring a joke with me.
You know what? We're going to leave her mind with a great vibrator joke.
Go ahead.
All right.
There's stoic Charlie Fisher sitting like the principal watching us all. We're going to get in trouble after this.
So the lady walks in her daughter's bedroom and her daughter's using a vibrator. And she says, "Honey, what are you doing?" She says, "Mom, I'm 40 years old. I don't even have a boyfriend. I'm never going to get married. This is my husband." A few minutes later, her father walks in. She's using a vibrator. He says, "Honey, what are you doing?" She's, "Daddy, I'm 40 years old. I don't even have a boyfriend. I don't ever get married. This is my husband." So the next day, the wife and the daughter go out shopping. They come back a few hours later. They walk in the kitchen, and the old man's standing there. He's got a martini in one hand. He's got the vibrator buzzing away in his ass. And his wife says, "What are you doing?" He says, "I'm having a drink with my new son-in-law."
It doesn't get better than that. One of my favorite jokes. One of my favorite. Hey, this has been a lot of fun, guys. Before we leave, I just have to say thank you, everybody that came in. And I still. And matter of fact, Hermine, I'm going to send you this book as a gift from me, along with, because I didn't give my stuff out, along with this Andy doll. That says weird things. So in my instant messaging, just give your address there or any address that you want it to go to.
And everybody, please email me, jokeland@aol.com, so we can, Spread the word so we can get. We're going to do this Mondays at 8:00, right, John?
I'm in it. Sounds like a plan. Thank you so much, guy. And Jackie, thank you. Stay well and healthy. Thanks, Daniel Miller, Carlo Bolero. Please stop.
Charlie, you look good, Charlie.
Thank you, Jackie. Thank you.
Great. Mighty Oz.
You don't look as good as Hermine, but you look good.
We don't know if that's really her. For all you know.
Oh no, it's me. Everyone's seen me. Half the people in this chat probably.
Come on. It could be some fat guy in Jersey City. Who you bullshit?
Yeah. It's a midget on Staten Island, you know.
Anyway, I had a blast. Jackie, stay well. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you guys for coming out.
guys.
Send us your stuff. We'll see you next time on Monday at 8, right?
Monday at 8.
See you later. Ciao for now.
Bye, Chow.
Take care.